Let's make this concrete with a quick tour through some key regions. Think of this as your snapshot guide to the legal landscape. In the European Union and the UK, the core law is the GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation. It's the benchmark that many other laws around the world have modeled themselves after. The key takeaway for SMEs is simple. Focus on its 7 core principles we just discussed. They are your practical guide. And remember, high penalties apply. In Singapore and the broader APAC region, the key law is the PDPA, the Personal Data Protection Act. It's designed to balance innovation with protection. Importantly, it has moved beyond a purely consent-based model, allowing data use without consent in specific situations, such as when legitimate interests apply. This gives businesses more flexibility. In Bangladesh, new legislation is on the horizon, the PDPO 2025, or Personal Data Protection Ordinance. This is new legislation awaiting final enactment. Once in force, it will introduce comprehensive rules, require explicit consent for sensitive data, and establish a new data governance authority. Non-compliance could lead to significant fines and even imprisonment. In Malaysia, the PDPA was recently amended in 2024 with stronger breach notification rules. And sector-specific guidelines, for example for the finance industry, are expected to follow. Looking at the general ASEAN context, it's a dynamic patchwork of various national laws. Countries like Vietnam and Indonesia have recently enacted strict new data protection laws, while others are in the process of updating theirs. One major headache for businesses operating across borders is managing cross-border data transfers, moving data from one country to another with different rules. And here's an important note on Bangladesh. While the comprehensive national PDPO is pending, businesses in specific sectors like banking and telecommunications already face strict, sector-specific data confidentiality and transfer restrictions. The advice is simple. Treat any customer data with a high degree of caution, regardless of the law's final form. Navigating this patchwork of different laws can feel overwhelming. This is where your guide, the Cyber Health Index, the TM, CHI, provides critical clarity. First, there's the CHI Compliance Readiness Score. This score assesses your current security posture against the control objectives that are commonly required by regulations everywhere. Things like data security, breach response, and access controls. A higher score indicates that your technical measures are likely aligned with legal expectations for protecting data. It's a strong signal of readiness. And then there's policy gap mapping. This is a powerful feature. It helps you bridge the gap between what you do, your actual security controls, and what you need to document, your formal policies. CHI can identify areas where you may have good security practices in place, like using MFA or doing backups, but you lack a formal written policy to demonstrate it to an auditor or regulator. It then guides you in creating that necessary documentation. It turns good actions into provable accountability. You now understand that legal compliance in cybersecurity is not a separate, scary universe. It is deeply intertwined with the good security practices you are already implementing. Regulators don't expect perfection. They expect a reasonable, principled approach that prioritizes the protection of personal data. By building your security program on frameworks like NIST, CSF, or CIS controls, you are simultaneously building a robust foundation for legal compliance. The documentation and structured approach these frameworks encourage is your best defense in demonstrating accountability. It's the proof that you take this seriously. In Module 9, your Cyber Health Index scorecard, we will bring everything together. You'll learn how to interpret your overall CHI score and its subscores, transforming all this knowledge into a clear, prioritized, and personalized action plan for your business. But first, use the tools you have. Check your compliance readiness score. Review the policy gap mapping. See your legal exposure not as a threat, but as the next clear step in maturing your business's resilience and trustworthiness. Every gap you close is a step toward greater confidence. See you in Module 9.